Before I get started, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that's come onto YouTube with comments supporting Morgan and Keno on that horrible experience they had at the weekend against Plymouth. I've got hundreds of comments on there, all supporting, not one single bad comment. Everybody is behind Morgan, everybody is behind Keno on this. Absolutely brilliant. I much appreciated every single bit of all the comments, all the input, absolutely fantastic, and Morgan will be over the moon with the support. He's been wrongly treated, the same as Keno has. And what went on Saturday had absolutely nothing to do with health and safety. It was completely and utter bullying tactics from certain stewards. Feel free to come on my YouTube channel. Feel free to look at all the comments on that video. Some absolutely brilliant comments. Haley's comment? No, some brilliant comments. And I thank you all, I applaud you all. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much. Well, here we go, a quick video. I'm going to do my score predictions later on with update of the table for the Bristol Rovers match. You can leave your comments down below. And your score predictions was first. I want to go through the details of what happened on Saturday when Morgan was ejected out of the Stadium of Light and Keno was almost kicked out himself. I've had a lot of questions about the subject, people asking us what's happened, what went on. I've had time to calm down now a little bit. Yes, calm down. I've had time to think about it a lot. And basically, I've had loads of messages on YouTube, loads of support from people saying some stewards are really out of order. And I've had loads of people saying they changed seats. Loads of people say they changed seats. I mean, in fact, I bet there's a couple of thousand people in the Stadium Light who actually changed the seats during the season, just to get a better view or to sit with friends and family. So basically what happened on Saturday, right? Basically, a couple of weeks ago, Morgan went to the Gillingham home match. Now he sits in the South Stand, that's where his season ticket is, in the South Stand. But he generally comes round to speak to us every now and again, and he spent more time with my bunch of friends. You know, it's good banter, good crack, he enjoys the videos, he enjoys coming on my vlogs. You know, he really enjoys it. So he comes and sits with us. Now, at the Gillingham match, we weren't there. So he popped round to see if there was anybody there. And there was no one there, but there was loads of spare seats. I have actually got footage of that portion behind the goal. There was at least 50 spare seats. So he sat down by himself, not saying a word. Steward came down and told him to move on. Said, you're not sitting there. You haven't been sitting there the rest of the match. Go back to your original seat. I mean, to me, what's the problem? There's no one sitting there. He's doing no harm. He's getting a better view of the game. But he's being told to move on or he will be evicted, kicked out of the ground. Basically told he will be removed from the stadium if he doesn't move from the seat. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's what happened at Gillingham. He had no idea. Next day he contacted me and he said he was upset. He had no idea why he was being told to move, which is ridiculous. A few games previously to that, at the Blackpool match, like I said before, we had Netflix with us and we had loads of people changing seats, moving around, coming where the cameras were, getting involved. Not one steward came down and bothered us at any point. Not one steward came down and bothered anybody that had moved. There was at least 20 to 30 people had moved around to that portion of the ground and not one person was bothered by a steward because the cameras were there. Fact. So Saturday comes along. I told Morgan we're going to the match this weekend. I told Morgan we're going to the match of the weekend, the Plymouth match. Come round and see us, sit with us. You know, we'll have a bit of banter, a bit crack on. You can be on the video, be on the vlog. He was really happy to do so. So me and Keno and Wincy and Jonas just gone into the ground. We literally just moved down to our seats and we had to sit down for 2 minutes. Morgan came round, said hello, had to sit down, and he explained to me on the footage that I've got to show you in a second what happened at the Gillingham match.
I tell you what, Morgan, you nearly got through last whole match. What happened?
I just came and sit here in MBC. He said if you didn't move from there, I'll get chucked out next time.
The steward wanted to throw you out, what for?
Sitting in MBC.
In MBC?
That's ridiculous, man.
So on Saturday, within 2 minutes, these stewards came down, was already pre-organised, premeditated. They were all ready to throw out Morgan before he even sat down. That's what they came to do. They came down straight away, asked us all, do we have our tickets on us? Yeah, they wanted to know exactly what seats we were in and were we sitting in the correct seats. We all stood up. I'm not sure if we already had stood up and we were talking before the stewards came down. Asked for Keno's ticket. Keno had his ticket. I'm sure it's for the West Stand. Thing is with Keno, right? Keno lives a long way away from me. We used to live close together at one point and we're really good friends. I've known him for 25 years, Keno. Over 25 years. Probably 30 years I've known Keno for now in our running days. And we lived in neighbouring villages. We used to do loads of runs together. But now, with him living so far away from me and being a postman, he can't make every single home match because he's a postman. And his shift finishes at 2 o'clock. So he hasn't got the time to come to every single home match. He can make all the midweek matches and he can make 1 in every 4 home matches, as in 4 weekends, not miss every other match. But he can make a lot of home matches, instead of me babbling on, right? So he gets a lift from where he lives at Peterlee. He gets a lift all the way to Sunderland with his mates who have the same tickets as him. So he sits with them at the end of the match so he can get a lift back home. But in between, he comes and sits with us. He comes and has a drink with us at half time, has a bit of banter on, spends 75 minutes with us because he's one of my best friends. He does the vlog with me. You know, he's a 58-year-old man, supported Sunderland since he was 6-year-old. Never had any bother with anybody. Never had any bother with the stewards before in the past. Absolutely. Wouldn't hurt a fly. Absolutely brilliant, Keno. So these stewards asked for the season tickets. Asked for the tickets. Keno showed him his. You're in the wrong seat. Morgan, who they knew fine well didn't sit there, they wanted him out straight away. Basically said, get out of the ground, you're going out. You're being warned once. They didn't give him the chance. Now, I've had information from a YouTube who's come onto my channel called Mr. Taxi Music. I've had a YouTuber on called Mr. Taxi Music who has contacted the chief steward. Now this chief steward's getting back and said this. Video footage cannot be seen to be always correct. An injection from the ground was our last resort. This is the safety officer. This is absolute bullshit. Bullshit. I kid you not, 100%. How is this the last resort? The last resort, right? He was given one warning. He'd come round, sit with his mates. Right? All they had to do was go back to your seat in the south stand and sit over there. Morgan would have went over there. He wouldn't have caused any bother. He wouldn't have swore. He would have went straight over there and sat there. But no, the man handled him. They grabbed hold of his arm and wanted to drag him out. They shouldn't be manhandling people for this situation. He never swore. He wasn't abusive. He wasn't violent. He just said, why? Why? You know, there's loads of spare seats there. There's 50 spare seats there. He's not, right? I've heard one of the excuses is that loads of kids congregate. They come round second half when we attack on our end, the north end. They come round and they watch the match. And there's loads of kids there running about. Morgan isn't a kid. He's a young adult. He's sensible. He's mature. He doesn't run around, jump around. He sits with us. We have a bit banter. I do a bit video vlogging. And that's it. Doesn't bother anybody. It was premeditated. They wanted him out straight away. As soon as he sat there, they watched, they waited, and they pounced. That's the way it was. That's the way I saw it, and I watched it. And they wanted him out straight away. And then they saw Keno was in the wrong seat, and they wanted to throw Keno out as well. But Keno said, I've never been warned. I'm not going out. I've paid money to watch this match. I've come to sit with my friends. There's hundreds of people moving seats. Why are you picking on us? It's bullying tactics. Bullying tactics. It's because these stewards don't like me doing my vlogs, so now they can't get at me, so they're picking on my friends. That's all it is. That's the top and bottom of it. So they threw Morgan out. Now Morgan was absolutely gutted when he got thrown out. I've been speaking to him since. He was almost going to throw his season card away. He said, no, why should I ruin the rest of my season because of some idiots who want to throw me out? And Morgan's mum used to be a steward. Used to be a steward. A few years ago, she stewarded the Newcastle match. Now she's absolutely livid as well. It's ridiculous the way he's being treated. He's supported Sunderland all of his life. He goes to every single home match. Never missed a home match. He's been chipped out and missed the home match, missed the 2-0 victory. He wanted to pay his respects to Connor. It's absolutely appalling the way he's being treated. Stuart Donald needs to sort this out now and take it in hand. It's ridiculous. He should have an apology from the club. Keno does not want to come back again. The way he was, a 58-year-old man, treated like that, treated like a criminal. It's absolutely appalling. Here we are, it's Keno Morgan. Keno trying to explain himself to this large steward, towering over little Keno. And look at Morgan further down, looks absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted. Look at all of the spare seats. Keno's there trying to prove a point. It's his first time he's been warned. But look at all them spare seats. Loads of spare seats down there.
Morgan, as a season ticket holder, was thrown out because he moved from the south stand to the north stand to sit with me, and there's absolutely loads of seats, spare seats, but he's been thrown out by the stewards. And also Keno, who's in the east stand, was also threatened to be thrown out. I mean, we're lifelong Sunderland fans, there's loads of spare seats, and we're being threatened to thrown out at the stadium tonight because we're in the wrong seat. What's your thoughts, Keno?
Well, what I've witnessed today is absolutely shocking. I say again, what I've witnessed today is absolutely shocking, and it's the last match I'm coming to. Last match ever. If I can't sit next to my mate when there's thousands of spare seats, I ain't coming again.
He was absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted. There's not often we get together, you know, have a chat. Two old friends. We live 20 miles apart. It's ridiculous. Absolutely gutted. He does not want to go back. I'm trying to persuade him to come back because he's one of my best mates. But he's saying, why should I pay money to go and watch Sunderland play and then to be treated like that, like a criminal? He feels absolutely disgusted. He's disgusted. He's been going for how many years? 58-year-old now. He's been going since he was 6-year-old, on and off, not all the time, on and off. We've been going for a lot of years, me and Keno, on and off. Over the years when we're training, we're running hard, you know. It's absolutely disgusting the way he's never felt like that in his life at a football match. Over the years, he's moved seats. You know, back at the Roker Park when you were like, I know health and safety's changed since then, but you get a seat ticket, you can go wherever you want. We understand if there's 45,000 fans there, you can't chop and change seats. But there's only 25 to 30,000 fans there, 32 at the most. There's 10,000 spare seats in the ground. It's ridiculous the way they're being treated. I've also been contacted by a young lass who said earlier on in the season, when there was a penalty shootout at the match, so we know which game it was, her and her dad were walking round because there was a penalty shootout. They were walking around to see that I think it was from the east stand to the south stand to watch the penalty shootout, and one of the stewards grabbed her and shoved her into a chair. That is absolutely ridiculous. Dad was absolutely fuming, and he basically said, if that steward touches my daughter one more time, well, you know what's going to happen. Absolutely pathetic. You cannot manhandle kids, never mind adults. You don't shove somebody into a seat. What's going on? Where are all the good stewards at? Oh, sorry. We need to get rid of these bad stewards, or they need to be taken and put in. They need to be addressed. It needs to be addressed. Full stop. You know, I don't like seeing people get sacked, losing their jobs. But if you're at work, you do something wrong, you get a warning. The stewards should be taken to one side and disciplined and taught proper etiquette, how to treat people, treat fellow human beings. When I walked up at half time, 40 minutes, right? I went to the toilet and I came up to the two stewards that were standing there, the lady and the bloke in the orange coat, and I said, look at all those spare seats down there. Look at them all. There's got to be at least 50. Why do you have to throw out someone who's a Sunderland fan? Because she's sitting in the wrong seat. And she looked at us and she said, you know, and she was loving this. If I come down there and you're in the wrong seat, I mean, how old is she? 30? I'm 48-year-old bloke. If you come down there in the wrong seat, I'm going to throw you out as well. It's ridiculous. I don't like being treated like this. Why should my two friends, why should one be thrown out and the other one treated like a villain? It's absolutely pathetic. One of my close friends in my group, who comes to the matches every now and again, He's been in the police force for 22 years. He's a CID. He's in the CID, in the police force. And he is absolutely gobsmacked with what went on when I told him. Absolutely gobsmacked. He's lost for words. He cannot believe what the stewards have done. That's policeman, 22 years service in the CID. And he sees some stuff. I was really worried about Morgan and Keno, how this would affect them. But Morgan is a strong young lad. He's going to bounce back. He's going to come back to the stadium light and watch Sunderland through and through. And I'm hoping Stuart Donald will get in touch with this young man and say, yes, you can come and sit next to your friends, right? Let's face it, right? Morgan sits in the south stand. He doesn't always sit with his friends because not all of his friends always go to every single match. Sometimes he's by himself. So when he's by himself, he comes round and joins in with us. You know, for a bit of banter, a bit of friendly atmosphere. It's a stadium light. It should be a family-friendly atmosphere. We're not hurting anybody at all. And on the subject of changing seats, back in the Scunthorpe match when we won 3-0, Juan Santori, I know he owns part of the club, he moved around seat to seat, sitting in different seats, talking to different fans. Double standards. You know, I haven't got a problem with him doing that. But yous shouldn't have a problem with us sitting in different seats too. These seats haven't been bought. We're never ever going to take somebody's seat up, what's being bought. I mean, we wait usually until 3 o'clock. If there's no one there, we'll sit down. I mean, our seats just be... I sit in row 10. That's where my tickets have been recently. And I moved down to row 6 or 7 because there's no one there. When I do my vlog, I'm not interfering with anybody. I'm not ruining it for anybody else. I know not everybody wants to be in my vlog, and I understand that. So I moved down a few rows. Somehow, I think about other people. I moved down a few rows, so I'm not interfering with their game, and they can enjoy themselves. If they want to be in my vlog, they can come down, they can join in. Lots of people do join in, come and see us. I mean, I have 10, 20 people per game come and see us and say they enjoy my vlogs, they enjoy the videos, this, that and the other. They want a bit chat with us. Feel free, I don't mind. I'm an easy, approachable guy. You know, I'm Sunderland through and through. I want the best for Sunderland. I want the best for the Sunderland fans. For the Sunderland team. And I know Stuart Donald doesn't want this. I know Stuart Donald does not want any of this. So Stuart Donald, you got the power to sort this out. 2 or 3 words and it's done. It's sorted. That's it. All I want. I don't want to see good fans, right? These stewards are shouting and screaming at the kids. Are these kids going to come back in the future when they get older? Let's face it. Let's pretend, right? Out of 35,000 fans there, there's 20,000 kids there, just for a laugh, right? Just for a laugh, right? And the stewards are shouting at these young'uns. And are they going to chase these kids away in the future? Do they want to come to the stadium light and watch Sunderland all of their life buying season tickets till they're in their 30s, 40s and 50s? If they're getting chased away when they're teenagers, when they're young kids, they don't want to come back. It's not fun. They're not going to be interested. It's pathetic. You're going to chase away good paying fans, future Sunderland fans, just because they're holding a mobile phone in the hand. And I've been in touch with the AFL on copyright. And I know what they've said to me about it. And holding a mobile phone in the football ground is okay. Believe me, it's okay. I've had words with the AFL. Videotaping yourselves, your friends, doing a video with your friend, doing a video with yourself, it's perfectly okay. The EFL have no problem with it. I know Stuart Donald hasn't got a problem with it because he's had a word with Wee Philly about this conversation already. Wee Philly, fantastic vlogger, good mate of mine, absolutely brilliant. Everybody get onto his YouTube channel and subscribe to Wee Philly, please, because he's a great bloke. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And he's had conversations with Donald, and Donald hasn't got a problem with vlogging. So we know EFL haven't got a problem, and Donald hasn't got a problem. So somebody in between has. So Donald, I'm leaving it with you to sort this out. You know, I'm a massive fan of you. I love what you've done with the club. Jack Ross, fantastic, great team. We're onwards and upwards. Tomorrow night, Bristol Rovers. Here we go, Bristol Rovers. I'm going to go for a 3-1 away victory. Bristol Rovers are in brilliant form at this moment in time. They won 4-0. I know we beat them already 2-0 in the league, but now this is different. It's a cup match. They won 4-0 against Blackpool the weekend. Fantastic result. Well done, Bristol Rovers. Great result. I'm not going to spend too long yapping on about tomorrow night's match. We all know It's the semi-final of the Checkatrade Trophy, and the winner takes all for a trip to Wembley against Portsmouth. Portsmouth again, well done getting to the final. I'm going for a 3-1 away victory. Again, tomorrow night, 7 points for a correct score. So get your predictions down in the comment section. All your predictions down. I want all your predictions in before 7 o'clock. I want no close calls, man. No close calls. Because, oh, you're making it hard work for me. Look at the list of people who got the correct score right on Saturday. Absolutely brilliant. Let's read these blokes out. Jim Jams, Bradley Johnson, Nathan, Jack Lincoln, Mike Fish, Tom W., Kia, Robert Thompson, William Tucker, Martin Krall, Finn Bilson, Dean 448, Eddie Phillips, Gary Atkinson and Jonathan Fowler. Jonathan Fowler's getting 2 correct scores in 2 games, up to 14 points. Brilliant. You're making my work hard for these tables. Making me work hard with this table, mind. So what I've done the tables, a quick update. I'm only going to give you, I'll have a little drink while I get the words out because I'm going to mind blank at this moment in time. Too much talking. I'm only going to give you the scores in double figures. That's what I was trying to say. Scores on the doors, double figures. I've got these somewhere. Here we go. Martin Krall, top of the tree with 22. Absolute fantastic, that. Sorry, that's the wrong one. I should be better organised than this, I should be. Here we go. This is the right one. There we go. Top of the tree, Martin Krall, 22 points. William Tucker, 19. Then Jim Jams and Jonathan Fowler on 14. Eddie Phillips on 12. Luke Hall on 11. A few on 10. And then I made a mistake. So there's 2 more that I missed out. Sorry, the Ginger Ninja on 13. And Jammy SFC on 12. They're the ones in double figures at this moment in time. So well done to them. It's getting really tight. But then there's loads of others on likes from 3 points up to 9. And I'll rearrange the table when I get more time because there's games coming thick and fast. I'm going 3-1 away win to Sunderland. We'll make it to the final of the Checkatrade Trophy. I'm 100% confident. Let's hope I can get a score prediction right because I've been absolutely useless at this moment in time. And please, no, right, I will settle for a 2-0 victory, but I'd rather have a 3-1, 2-0. And I'll be there all night writing this out again. Anyway, I'm going to catch you tomorrow night when I do my review after the match. And I hope we get this Stewards situation sorted out because it is ridiculous. It's spoiling a good match. You know what it is? I went to the match on Saturday against Plymouth and I can't even remember any of the match. I was just absolutely gutted the whole of the time for Morgan getting kicked out and Keno getting booted back to the West Stand and we couldn't even speak. You know what happened? We met up at half-time, me, Keno and Wincy and Jonas. We went to the South Stand second half. We found some spare seats in the South Stand with my other friends who were there with his grandkids. And we sat there and we got no bother whatsoever in the South Stand. Not one steward came and saw us. Everybody was happy. There was loads of spare seats. We enjoyed the 2-0 victory. I enjoyed the second half. I didn't see any of the first half because I was absolutely gutted. So why can't the North Stand be like the South Stand? The South Stand was chocker, right? Loads of people had moved round there because we were kicking at that goal second half and not one person complained. Nobody complained. No stewards. The North Stand was bare. Like old Mother Hubbard, the cupboard was bare. Old Mother Hubbard, the cupboard was bare in the first half, but we weren't allowed to sit there. They'd rather kick out good paying customers and let them enjoy the match. Food for thought. Right, I'll catch you tomorrow. Come on, we need this Checkatrade Trophy final at Wembley.